I heard you now have another teenager in the house, a 13-year-old.
Yes, my baby.
How is that?
You know, it's bittersweet, right?
Understand.
But this my son, right? Look at him. And this is an older picture, because he way taller now.
Is he taller now?
Girl. So he just turned 13, and he just hit 6 feet. Honey.
At 13?
At 13. His foot is the same size as his daddy's now.
Okay.
I can barely feed him. Honey, you can't keep that food in the house.
Yes.
Baby, if you do, you also got to lock it up, because, baby, you hear him rattling.
Yeah.
He's always hungry.
That sound like my son.
He got high waters on every other week, because I'm like, I just bought them pants. What is going on, Jesus? But it's bittersweet, because it's like, it's my baby, because the shop is closed. They ain't gonna have no more.
I know that's right.
And so when I see him, I'm like, oh, that's it. But then I also see him, I'm like, oh my goodness, my son is growing up and turning into a young man. He got a little dust on his, right here on his
He getting a
neck.
little mustache?
Yeah. I was like, did you wash your face? He was like, yeah. I was like, come here. I said, oh, shut up. It's happening.
It happens so fast.
Yes.
Now, I hear you're a basketball mom like me, too.
Girl,
Listen.
I am.
What do you, because I know I act the whole fool on the side of the court. What do you like?
Well, you know, I would like to think that I'm just like the Tab y'all all know and love.
No.
But I cut the fool on them stands.
Do you?
I do. I be hollering. I do that, and that's my business. I'm supposed to do that.
I love that.
Okay, I be hollering. I holler at the ref. I holler at the coach, who is also my husband, you know. I be like, you need to put my son in.
Wow,
you
how
know?
does that work?
Well, you know, it be some quiet rides home sometimes.
Oh, my goodness.
But he be all right.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Ooh, child, I can only
I be
imagine.
telling my son, I'll be like, listen, I'm gonna talk to your coach.
See,
I'm gonna talk to him.
Get him right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him right. He be like, Mom, please. I'm like,
I
listen,
love
I know
that.
that man longer than you. Yeah.
And then I heard your son just got to meet Steph Curry.
He did.
What did he think? Like, was he playing cool? Because they'll do that.
The thing about Quest is, look at him. Honey. Yeah, and he even taller than this now. But the thing about my son, and I'm saying this not because he's my son. My son's first word was basketball. He said basketball. It was his first word. Nobody taught him that.
Really?
Basketball. That was his first word. And he has always been infatuated with basketball. From the time, I mean, you can't even imagine. Sleeps with them, like, it's just, he loves the game.
Yeah.
And he has always told us he's going to the NBA.
Oh.
So he's met, you know, multiple NBA players. But when he met Steph, I'm like, this is royalty right here. Like, you know, he's shooting lights out. Yes. Okay, like forever and ever, we're gonna be talking about Steph Curry. He was so cool and calm, like, this gonna be my, you know, I'm gonna do what he do.
I'm gonna do what he doing.
Like, this is so much respect for this man and this player, but Mom, I'm gonna be just like this. Like, he was just so calm about it, and I believe him. Wow. Like, I know it because I had that same feeling about my life as a child. And so to see my son have that kind of energy, but very humble and sweet, but just very sure of himself that, like, oh, this is my coworker.
Okay.
I was like, okay, son.
He was very professional.
Yeah.
I love that for him. Okay, well, honey, listen, I totally understand. And then you recently had hip surgery. Tell us about that. How you feeling?
I did. I had it in December. I feel much better, honey, the way I was trying to dip down the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
I did it, though. Okay, I dipped on there. I said, come on, hip with the dip. But I had torn my labrum, and so they had to repair that, and then I had a bursitis. They had to remove that, and then they had to shave down the bone and fit it all back in. It was right much going on.
Yes.
But, honey, you see how I walked out here?
You walked out
Thank
here.
God, all right.
Come on.
Honey.
There it goes.
Okay. Because they said, you know, I should still be limping and stuff.
Yes.
And so if I walk for a really long time or try to do a lot of incline, I might start limping a little bit. But, honey, I train 3 days a week.
Come on.
I do physical therapy 3 days a week. So, and I literally just started back training. So, whew, that right there has hurt me more than the surgery.
Listen.
Yeah.
I heard, we got a clip. Let's see it.
Oh, Jesus.
Show us what you do.
did 6,000 arm exercises. Now take this shirt off. If my arms don't look like this, Michelle Obama, Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, Tiana Taylor, if my arms ain't cut up, it's gonna be smoke in the city.
Dude, I done did all the things. It be feeling like I've been in there all day. But yeah, so it's also tough when your daughter is your trainer. Honey.
Dang, your daughter's a trainer too?
Yes. My oldest daughter, Talia, is my trainer, and
Okay.
she don't care about my feelings.
No.
I be in there like, ooh, girl, it's burning. She be like, okay.
Keep going.
You got another round to go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she don't care. I was like, remember I had surgery? She said, we in April. Honey.
No excuse, mother.
Yeah, she be like,
Get into it.
Yeah.